discretion is advised.
Happy Monday, you're listening and or watching PWNCAST. This is episode 163 and we are in patch 7.2. Tonight we are going to be talking about class mounts are coming this week, guys, so get hyped. I'm also going to be going over another non-advertised GCD TV Arena Championship that happened this weekend. It was the EU June Clash. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about everything you need to know for patch 7.2.5, including Bell being spot on with the dates, guys. We're going to talk about how awesome and SMRT I am right after this.
You have crossed into the world of the dead in search of answers.
Amongst the Azeroth elite, there is a group that defies convention. A group that stands in the face of trolls and doesn't flinch. A group that strives on unity, trust, and unwavering resolve. A group that eats tacos. For the players, by the players, we bring you. She can start a revolt with a Chaos Bolt, Bell, the PWNCAST Vanguard. Snap back and get faster for the Pet Battle Grandmaster, Gemma Banks. He's sharp as a dagger with that dapper swagger, Secret Sauce. With holy might as strong as his ancient knowledge, Remedies, the Argent Loremaster. We bow to no one. We are Legion. We are PWNCAST.
Welcome back, guys. By now, you probably have noticed we are down a secret again this week. Nice challenge, by the way. You guys almost look like you were frozen, but Rem, you blinked. So there's that.
I didn't blink. I moved my eyes. So.
That was pretty good, actually. It took me a second. Like, I actually thought that perhaps stuff had frozen given last week's technical issues. We do not have Secret again this week. He's moving, so he should be back next week, but we are going to let him move and get all his situations, situated, and then bring him back. I do also want to apologize for last week's technical difficulties. Some of you that listen on the iTunes version only heard the uncut version, where I had to cut some of me screaming at my children out because I uploaded it and didn't realize that some people have it set to auto download to their device.
So they got the unedited
Some
version?
people did get the unedited version on the iTunes of me yelling at my children. So I do apologize.
I'm unsubscribing.
Yeah, I felt really bad. I didn't even promote last week's episode at all because to me it was not the best quality audio since it was through my webcam. So every time I muted, it didn't actually mute. It was good times, guys. Super.
Well, I think for all the technical things that you have to go through for one episode like that, we can forgive you.
No, it was unacceptable. I was very upset. I didn't even go to bed till 3 a.m. because I was trying to decide if we were going to re-record it, and I was like laying there, should I post it, should I not post it? So I ended up not posting it until in the morning, and then I think somebody tweeted and said, well, listen, I heard the unedited version. It wasn't that terrible. And I was like, oh, God, you heard me screaming at me. You heard every cough. Phlegm,
guys,
get her out.
She talks to her kids. She talks to us pre-show like that. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. I did bring the monk who got caught sleeping with the enemy, Gemma Banks. Is it true?
No, I'm Alliance, and I love my Alliance Snuggie or Blankie. Is a Snuggie different?
I think a Snuggie or a Tuggie might be something completely different where you hail from. I'm not.
Yeah, no, right?
I'm not sure.
My 70%.
Why are we talking about tugboats?
Right? Yeah, I got my Alliance blanket. It's comfy.
Oh, did you get
thinner
it?
than I
did
thought?
Did you get it on sale?
Sale, yeah. I don't buy anything for full price from Blizzard. No in-store pets. No, well maybe pets.
Discounted only then, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Interesting. I did also bring the Paladin, who's basically a 40-year-old virgin, Rem.
I didn't put that, but sure. Yeah.
Pre-show, he said he had the body of a 4-year-old, and all I could think, or 40-year-old, and all I kept thinking was 40-year-old virgin. So,
yeah, bad news.
Speaking of Robin Williams, remember when he was Jack and he grew up faster? And
I feel like that would be you. You remind me.
More like Patches.
Oh, probably that too. Guys, we have a lot of content we're going to be talking about today. Also, I want to apologize in advance for the times when you're going to see my chubby side. We might as well just address this problem right now.
Timmy's back.
Those of you that follow me on Snapchat, or those of you who know the struggle with Timmy, which is a swollen lymph node, it looks like they might actually have to operate. I have to go to the doctor tomorrow, but the swelling went all the way down, but I could still feel it. Then over the last couple days, this is actually small. I took some Advil to like bring the swelling down, but I called the doctor this morning and I'm like, so I know I don't have an appointment till tomorrow, but can you please give me something to make it not swell? I have a podcast and I can't like be seen with this. And she's like, I'm sorry, we need to see what it looks like without, any medication.
Everyone should Snapchat or put an image of hashtag Timmy face.
Yeah. And I tried to tell her, like, ma'am, I'm very important. Like, people care about what I look. And she was like, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a podcaster for World of Warcraft. And she was like, I don't know what that is. And I'm like, well, I'm big in China.
Right.
So she didn't care that little tiny Tim is here. So I'm going to try to talk on this side because it's super, I feel I am super, like, if I could sit like this the whole time. But I don't.
You already emptied your dirty laundry, so
right, and I don't hide from you guys. Like, you guys see the bad, the good. You see all the good, the things. So
wait, what was the good side?
So now that we've addressed this, for those of you if you're on audio, feel free to go over and point and laugh at Timmy. I'm scared about the surgery, though. In truth, guys, like they got like cut open apparently.
That sounds super serious.
I'm gonna have to get a tattoo right here though because there's gonna be a scar. I'm gonna have to cover up the scar.
Oh, you saw those tattoo scar things, yeah?
No, I was just thinking I didn't want a scar on my neck. Really, is the issue.
Some people, when they have a scar, like one person had like a scar of like stitches up here, and he made it look like he was thread and all that. It's kind of cool.
I would get a tattoo of you two and Secret of you three on my neck and little stick figures, and then me with like a stick figure knife.
The Mount Rushmore of the PWNCAST podcast.
Yeah, I would like get a tattoo of me chasing the three of you with a knife. And then maybe if I went like this, like the scene changed and it's me stabbing all three of you. I don't really know.
As you get older, we just look like we're all crying.
Yeah, and I'm totally kidding, guys. I would never do that to them. I love them.
Droopy face.
So, a hot fix that's important enough to mention, the championing, however you say it, championing our cause. Wow, I almost hurt myself. Now only requires one mission.
That's good.
On the mission table instead of 3. So, and elite strikes now grant credit towards the champion our cause. So, good news there, which the elite strikes is the command center one, right? Is that not accurate? The 500 one, I think is, maybe that's the rare. I might be confused. But you need to get that done because we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but breaching the tomb is required for completion for getting your class mount quest. So,
are you guys excited for your class mounts?
Yeah,
I feel like you'll both have them and I won't.
It's going to take me a minute, but we are going to talk about that and what's going to be needed so that you guys can be fully prepared. Dark Moon Fair is going on right now until June 10th, so get in there, get your Dark Moon Fair if you're leveling, doing stuff with your reputation for Armies of Legion Fall. Take advantage of the buffs that they have to offer. They also have a hat, too, that you can buy if you don't want to run back all the time. Buy a couple of them hats and...
Yeah, one use 60.
Did we not decide we were all going to go there and fight for that treasure chest?
Yeah, you said we should go do stuff.
That's what Rem said he wanted to do he liked about PvP, so we should go fight for that chest.
Yeah, I feel like I
don't need it because I've looted it 12 times, so you guys can loot it and I'll just heal you.
That was a super elitist. I don't need it because I'm too good for you.
That being said,
the micro holiday between the 6th and the 8th is going to be the 1,000 Boat Bash. So this is basically a boating race in 1,000 Needles.
So Lake Havasu and 1,000 Needles.
Basically, yeah. So go. I haven't enjoyed many of these micro holidays. Not to say that I haven't enjoyed them.
They're micro.
And it's good for it's cool. I rode a boat with some horde like that, or a balloon ride with some hordes. Like that was cool, but what was the one I complained about in Ngoro Crater that was stupid? The killing of the dinosaurs.
Oh, the dinosaur one.
That one was just a waste of all my time to get there.
The support your guard or something the other day.
Yeah.
Like that one was actually cool, but then it was like, oh, you have to kill so many things for it to even really do anything. So I was like, I'm bored.
Yeah, definitely some good and bad ones, and that's okay. I don't have to like everything, and that's, it's okay for me to
Now,
not
if
like
it gave you a toy for appearances on all these little micro holidays, like just something
It'll make
small, then it'd be like, yeah, I'd actually
maybe like that
sit there and
strange
kill
trip
100.
that Belle keeps talking about, the Violet Proto Drake one.
Yeah,
Like a meta.
what a long, strange trip it's been. It was really fun to get. Now, guys, I just want to tell you I was correct. So they have not announced.
No, you weren't.
They have yes I was. They have not announced the patch date, but the patch date will be June 13th. And the Tomb of Sargeras opens June 20th. So let's go over the schedule so that you guys have it. June
Why-
20. What?
Why were you telling me the raid was on the 13th?
I did not tell you the raid was on the 13th. I told you the patch is on the 13th. Which
No, she did.
prediction developer developer Q&A developer Q&A will be this Thursday, and I'm sure they will announce that the patch is coming next week at the end of the developer Q&A. So
Are we getting more lore faces?
I
From
hope
Belle?
so. Actually, I last time I think I had a Timmy problem, which was why I didn't actually do it. But I'm gonna make sure that we get. I think it's like volume 4 I'm up against now, for them awesome faces of lore. So Tuesday, June 20th is going to be normal and heroic. Difficulties open for Tomb of Sargeras. Tuesday, June 27th, mythic difficulty and raid finder wing 1. And then July 11th will be wing 2 for raid finder. July 25th, wing 3, and then August 8th we'll get the final one, which is going to be Deceiver's Fall, which is kill Jaden. So pretty excited, guys. Now I'm really paranoid when I mute that it's not actually muting, so when I mute I'm kind of scared to do anything.
You should be.
I make a lot of noises during the show, guys. It is what I'm old. My body is like, I have the body of a 90-year-old. Minus the wrinkles and
What?
never mind.
Something Arby's.
Awkward. Okay, so let's talk about tomorrow or today. By the time most of you watch this, unless you catch the show right when I upload it, it's already this day. So class mounts will be available as far as the beginning quest line. Now, I first want to go over what the prerequisites are so you guys can go and be aware, and do not ask in trade chat, how come I don't have no mounts quest in my class hall? I'm going to tell you why right now. So take note, guys. Grab your little pen and pad. Let Belle help you. So, first thing on your list, obviously, is you have to be level 110. I hope that would be obvious. You need to have completed the Assault on Broken Shore. So if you're doing this for an alt, make sure that you've done this. You've completed the Assault on Broken Shore, and you're able to freely roam, and you've unlocked Broken Shore, because that is a prerequisite. You have to complete all the steps of Breaching the Tomb. Breaching the Tomb, I thought it was required for the raid, but then, stupid me, it was actually required for the class mount. So you have to do that. And you have to do that in order to be able to get this quest. So the cool thing is, if you're behind, you can do it all in one day, because once you complete one quest, the catch-up mechanic is instantaneous. So if you're behind like 4 weeks for the Breaching the Tomb, maybe you haven't done any of it on an alt, you can get it all done in one, like right after another, you can get it done. So that's pretty cool. One part of Breaching the Tomb does require your full completion of your class campaign, which basically is unlocking that third relic. So you have to make sure that this is specific to alts, because most of you guys on your mains have already, this isn't really a concern, but this is alts that you want to get your class mount for. You just need to be cognizant of these prerequisites so that you don't like throw a fit about it. It's not cross tune. So because it's a class mount, it's not account wide. Because it's a class mount, naturally you have to do these steps. Breaching the Tomb might be all the way around. I'm not 100% sure of that. I will make sure I check clarification. I should have done that already, and I apologize. That was my fault. I have a feeling that if they're smart, they would make it where the Breaching the Tomb is account wide for this specific meta. but because it's class mounts, anything goes, and they might not make it so, or maybe I just didn't see that it was or was not account wide. So maybe Rem can
isn't
look.
Insurrection account wide?
Yeah, maybe Rem can look and see if Breaching the Tomb is account wide as far as the class mount quest goes. I just don't want to give you guys wrong information, and I don't know one way or the other because the thought never occurred to me. Now, if you've done all these things, Tuesday happens, restart happens, the quest giver is going to be in your class hall. So your class hall is going to be where the quest giver is, and I'm going to tell you guys which NPC for every class right now is going to be the quest giver. So take note. For Death Knights, Amal Fazad is going to be the NPC that gives you the quest. For Demon Hunters, Kira Lightblade is going to have your guys' mount quest. For Druid, it's going to be Thistlee Crow. Sorry about that. For the Hunter, it's going to be... I don't know what this is. Halad, maybe, for the Hunter? What is that? Well, I don't even know my own notes.
While you're figuring out your notes, Breaching the Tomb is not account wide.
It's not account wide.
Or the class mount, yeah.
Okay, I didn't think so. I didn't... Oh, it's the Herald of Odin. I forgot the H. Did you delete the H, jerk? So the Herald of Odin in the Hunter Hall. In the Mage, it's going to be Archmage Kalik or Kalik. I'm sure Rem will correct me. For the Monk, it's going to be Master Boo, who is not actually in...
Boo?
Yeah, technically not in the Temple of Five Dawns. It's right outside. So if you're looking in, you're not going to see it. He's right outside the entrance over by the tavern. For the Paladin, it's going to be Lord Grayson Shadowbreaker. The Priest, it's going to be Bedtil Deep Anvil. Is that even real? That sounds like a fake name.
It sounds like a dwarf.
You're changing these. I don't know who is changing these, but you need to stop. Because it's not Lillian Voss. It's Lillian Voss for the Rogue. You're such a dick. So the Rogue is Lillian Voss. I can't... Hold on. These guys, man.
I wish I had that idea. I can't hear you, Jim.
You've muted yourself, Chode. That's what you get.
I covered my mouth so you didn't hear my laughing on the podcast.
I hate you.
Good job. It was Lillian Voss. That's the only one I changed.
Okay, because I was about to check the revisions to see if you were just being...
It's just Lillian Voss. You're right.
Well, I only know because we fight her, and I've had to kill her like a gajillion times when we were farming certain things. So for the Rogue, it is Lillian Voss. For the Shaman, it's Consular Celestos.
Consuela Banana Hammock?
Right, that's what I was going to say. For the Warlock, it's Morzol Bloodbringer. For the Warlock, I only know this because I did it in PTR. It's actually, when you're walking up to your forge, there's a little NPC towards the left-hand side. It's going to be that NPC for you. And then for the Warrior, it's actually going to be Odin himself. Now, I did briefly go through these class hall quest stuff to see... whose is the most intricate. Some of these are really easy, and I'm a little irritated that some of these class hall stuff is a little bit easy, but I think that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. So
we get class mounts.
I want to know why they chose this Batel Deep Anvil for Priest when it should have been a Lance's Foul. But I'm not going to go on that.
Yeah, I don't know. But it will be in your class hall, and it'll be like a little legendary colored exclamation point for the quest. So if you do not have that quest, check to make sure you have the prerequisites for it. Go back through and double check and make sure you didn't miss something. And then if you don't, whatever. But my assumption, I know it said that the way that Blizzard worded it is the second the 6 happens that you can go get your class quest. But to my knowledge, I still have one more thing to do on Breaching the Tomb. Don't you guys have one more thing to do on Breaching the Tomb? So I'm assuming you probably have to do that quest
It'll
first.
Be tomorrow.
Yeah, but the way Blizzard worded it is log in and get your class mount quest. They didn't yeah.
They're trying to. I guess they're assuming that people are actually playing. I guess.
Right. Well, I mean, they do. We've been playing. I think.
No, but I mean, for the masses, they expect everyone to be on par with the release of the gates and all that.
Yeah, I'll probably be playing hooky of some sort. So let's talk about patch 7.2.5. Now, the good thing is there isn't a whole lot of prep that needs to be done. However, there are some things that are quality of life. I did compile all the various websites that give ideas on things that you should have done. That's typical to Belle's fashion. I go and find all the best things that I think are the most important for you guys. I filter out all the other bullshit that nobody gives a fuck about, and I give you guys the top 10 list of things that need to be done in order of what's really important, and reminders of things. So obviously the first one on the list is going to be to get your Nighthold Ahead of the Curve achievement out of the way. At this point, if you're not raiding in a guild, go pug it or go buy the achievement if you need to. At this point, I'm not going to judge you if you do, but yeah, you definitely need to make sure you do that. Now, the thing about it is that you should be fine until the 20th, because the Ahead of the Curve, it's usually until the next tier is released. So since patch
it's not the patch.
Since it's not going to be, Tomb of Sargeras isn't tied to the patch, you have plenty of, well, you don't have plenty of time, but you have a little bit longer than what you originally thought. So go buy it, sell it, offer PP touches, do whatever you got to do to get that ahead of the curve, man. I'm not judging. $20 is $20, right, Rem? Also, you want to make sure that you handle your Blood of Sargeras situation. You want to make sure you have a pretty good stockpile, because you want to keep that and use your forge to get the Obliterum Ash and get a nice little nest egg of that going on. The eye level cap for the crafted gear is actually going to be 885 for the Obliterum. So that's pretty cool. Which, I mean, it's only 10 item levels, but to some who use the gear for alts or who really like the stats of the crafted gear, like, it's pretty legit. They're also allowing relics and combatants gear to be used in the forge, which makes it super easy when you have all that stuff in excess. So make sure you guys have that done. You also want to just check out your MOG collection and make sure you're up to date on the latest fashions. The reason you want to be up to date on the latest fashions is going to be the weekly trial of style challenges that are going to be happening. Remember, we talked about this a couple months ago, where there's going to be a summer theme and a winter theme and all these themes. Just go farm your MOGs if you haven't done it already. Most of us who have done the fashionista achievements I think it was, I don't remember if it was Legion or Draenor. Legion, right? Draenor. Fuck, I don't know. There's been a lot of time in between, but I know it was one of those. Go check out go to your dressing room, see what collections you have. Make sure that you are not ghetto. Please don't try to show up to this trial of style challenge and make me heckle you, because there is a boo option for the spectators of the event. Please don't make me boo you off the stage because your transmog's ugly, okay?
Can you throw rotten food?
I don't think you can throw rotten food, but I know that you can, boo and you can cheer and, maybe
I'm going to have every color of the rainbow on my mog.
Maybe trip them or something, but
yeah, you will.
I'm excited to see how this, kind of plays itself out. Also, make sure you get your battle pets leveled up, especially if you've acquired new ones throughout Legion and you want to use those, because Deadmine's pet battle dungeon is coming, so you want to get your pets ready to go. I know I kind of stole that from Jimma, but it was in line with that, and he can maybe give you some tips and tricks later on in the show, or to even next week's show, to help you out with that.
Just make sure your pets are leveled. I'm sure most pet battlers have their stuff leveled, for the most part.
Some people, the little guys out there who might be just getting into it, or if you've acquired pets and you haven't had time to level and you're not on Jimma's level where you have leveling stones coming out the yin-yang, you want to make sure.
So I don't do pet battles, but what I've been doing is I get the shoulder enchant for the pets, and I use all those tokens to get a 25 upgrade.
Boom.
You're a cheater, but
I am a cheater.
It's not a cheater.
A cheater is paying Lycan to level your pets like I did.
Yes.
That's cheating.
Did he give you those pets back?
There you go.
I'm 100% positive he has some of my pets still. I'm pretty sure. He said he named all my pets Sam's pets, but I feel like he's lying. I feel like he might have. If you're listening to this, I'm going to need you to come up with my pets, sir. Also, heirlooms, guys. Make sure you have the gear that you want to use. So whether it's cloth, mail, whatever, make sure you have the gear that you want to use completely upgraded, because we are going to be able to upgrade it again. It'll be go to item level 800 and to level 110, which is really nice. Also, don't forget, there's going to be those toys that you get with the heirlooms that teach your alts the flight paths, which is great. I don't know if it teaches all of them, but I think it teaches the major ones. Nothing is more annoying than rolling an alt and having 0 flight pass. So, yeah. I should have taken my allergy medicine this morning because I got a lot of stuff going on because my allergy medicine. Anyway, oversharing, just letting you guys know what's going on in the world. So get them upgraded so that way you can get the new ones. The cool thing is, I think we probably talked about it before. You don't need to worry about your weapon in your heirloom situation. Literally at level 100, you get your artifact weapon. So there's no point in you dropping money on weapons if your alt is, 100 or whatever. It's just a waste of dough, in my opinion. You have a lot of white noise in the background randomly when you're quiet. Make sure your auto noise reduction thing is checked off. Maybe it turned itself back on.
I've had it muted this whole time, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I only hear it on the show.
I haven't leveled many alts. Do you guys, you can get chunks of artifact power? Can you be running around with your weapon being crazy good, or no, you got to kind of wait till you get to 110-ish? I haven't leveled many alts at all.
Yeah, get the compendiums, and it gives you...
So you can be
Once you get 110, you'll max out. Yeah. But, I mean, it's a pretty good thing. Me and Rem have done, 3 tunes now?
For what? Sorry, I was looking at the settings for my...
Leveling.
For the leveling?
Of alts?
Mm-hmm. What did we... Because we didn't struggle a whole lot with AP.
No.
Yeah,
really.
we didn't.
And especially with you, when you get 40, it's not going to be a problem.
That's why I was just wondering, how strong the weapons can actually get while you're leveling.
It's going to be stronger than an heirloom weapon for sure, because the base stats alone should be better than an heirloom if Blizzard's done it correctly.
Like you said, you could just save your gold, right?
Yep, and that way you don't even have to bother kind of doing all that. A side note, guys, I want you to make sure you research and educate yourself regarding the legendary changes and the additions and the changes in your class. So you need to go into new patches like this with the information of understanding what the fuck's going on with your class. This does not mean so-and-so said marksman hunters are getting nerfed, so I'm going to freak out because marksman hunters are getting nerfed. This means you go discover the information for yourself. You see it for yourself. Now, as a sidebar to that, and a plea from your friendly neighborhood warlock, please avoid freaking out about changes that you see until you are in game and you have tested them. 9 times out of 10, small little tweaks or things that you feel are a nerf are not actually going to affect you if somebody else has already figured out, just offset with this stat, or maybe there's a change in your stat priority, a small tweak, or a different type of way you want to approach your rotation given a nerf or something like that. It's really important that you guys don't panic a month before, something's going to happen. I've done that before myself, where I've panicked about a change to the warlock. Some of it was changes I didn't even really notice, and I thought it was this big, huge deal. So my advice to you is go into it with an open mind. Test it out and see if you even actually notice. Not this pretend I notice because I want to bitch about something, but actually test to see if you notice. Now, if you do, and there's an issue, talk to other people. Talk to people in your order hall. Go look at the forums and see what other players are doing. Usually they're pretty good at figuring out things even before it even goes live, because they're our PTR warriors, right? These guys that are in PTR testing this stuff out. And moreover, it's gonna be all right, guys. I really hate when content patches happen where we change class because people freak out.
Not so easy this expansion.
Yeah, and it's tough, guys, because I know the feels, and it's hard for me to tell you guys not to get upset, but at least wait, go into the changes with an open mind, test it properly, and then see if there's a change in gear that you need to make, or it's going to happen. You're going to have everything set up the way you like it, and Blizzard's going to change it, and you're going to have to adapt. That's the nature of gaming. It's the nature of Blizzard, and it's the nature of World of Warcraft. If in 10 fucking years you guys aren't used to that, I don't know how to help you, to be perfectly honest. Most of the old school vets are like, we're used to it, we'll deal with it. They just move on to, whatever, or they figure a way out.
Or they're just powering up the artifact power for the new class they're going to play, because they know
pretty much. So just take it with a grain of salt and just educate yourselves. It's really important. Know what's going on with your class.
Just don't read anything and just play it.
And don't listen to people and trade chat scenario. Oh, they're nerfing GKs and all their. Think for yourself, and
Whoa, trade chat is an excellent source of
it's
information.
an excellent source of anal information. 100%. It is how I learned about anal, was in trade chat many years ago. Before World of Warcraft, I didn't know what anal was, and then I learned about Thunder Fury and anal actually from trade chat. It's been an educational experience, guys. These are things that I'll live with forever.
Anal sauce.
Did you off topic entirely? But did you guys ever experience Baron's chat? Was actually when it was actually
No,
Baron's
I'm
chat?
not bored, so I don't know anything about that.
Oh, it was amazing. Long story short.
Tell us all about it.
I don't know anything about that. I know I've heard Frieza on many occasions talk about Baron's chat, obviously, because he's like, go Team Horde. And final thing on my 7.2.5 to-do list is going to be Demon Hunters. Go farm your glaives in the Black Temple because they will be a transmog item. So, go farm your glaives. Go get your weapon.
You forgot the most important item on the list.
What?
So
What's
did I
that?
forget?
have fun.
Oh,
Listen, Demon Hunters, I love you and care about you, and I really want you to go get your glaives so that they'll be transmogged items. Just kidding, I fucking hate Demon Hunters. But seriously,
glowing targets for us range to blow up, right?
I hate Demon Hunters.
You know what's better than those glaives? Glazed donuts.
Glazed donuts, yeah.
What about glazed glaives?
Glazed shaped donuts.
We got a business idea. Let's stop recording now. Let's start over.
Warcraft themed donuts. We're going live, Belle.
Is there a thing as Warcraft themed donuts?
Now there is. Shh.
I feel like for their 10th anniversary, I seen a giant donut at their party that they threw. I feel like that was a real thing. I'm pretty sure CM Zarum posted that on his personal Facebook. I'm going to need to go find that. Because if I find that, we're going to show that on next show because I feel like chicken tonight.
Like chicken tonight.
That just seemed to be the logical next thing to say, to be perfectly honest with you. Also, make sure you, for Tuma Sargeras, guys, go to Fat Boss and watch their guides. They've got really good guides out.
Or don't watch any guides and show up to the alt guild run on Thursdays and go with the flow.
Yeah, and just get killed for sure.
That's what I'm doing.
That does not surprise me in the slightest. And I was thinking about these class mounts. Like, I'm going to do it just to do it, but I'm probably going to be more focused on my monk than I am Bell, and I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
I don't appreciate that we're going through the Flames of Zeroth again, and we're dealing with another version of a Dreadsteed again. I'm a warlock through and through, guys. I love my Dreadsteed, okay? I loved the quest you had to do to get it. I loved that you just didn't get, you didn't grow up and you got the mount like you do now. Like, you actually had to do stuff to get it. I love my Dreadsteed. What I don't love is they gave me a reskinned version of a fucking mount I already have. The difference is I can fly with it. I was a little bitter towards Blizzard in that regard because I thought here was your opportunity to really do something cool for the warlock and you just fucking let me down. However, because I'm not going to be one of those people who complains, right? I'm going to be happy.
You just did. That being said,
I'm going to be happy and I'm going to get my same old reskinned mount that I already fucking have because I have nothing better to do.
Could be an owl.
Every mount is a reskin in another mount.
And Softy had a good point about the druid, even though it's a mount technically, well, theoretically it's a mount, technically it's another form. It doesn't go towards their mount.
And it still looks derpy.
Well, I kind of like it, but I'm also not a druid. So druids would be more, feel one type of way more the other.
Some type of way.
I mean, that makes sense for you because derpy things usually stick together. So.
Heyo. So what you're saying is
why are you single then?
That is not fair, Belle.
Because I'm derpy as well. Hello.
I love you, though. If you had a girlfriend, I would be very sad.
You would.
I know. I say that like it's a bad thing, but I would be... I get anxiety when he just talks about asking a girl out. Like, I get this internal anxiety. I don't like it. And then my husband's like, don't say anything mean about anything to him because then you're going to make him second guess a girl. And I'm like, listen, you mind your own fucking business. Well, because I want to background check all of his girlfriends. He won't let me though.
Moving on.
I know, right? How many moms does he need?
He's my friend, and I can't have some hood rat just coming in and swooping up my friend. I need to make sure that her and I are simpatico. She needs to know that I'm alpha. Like, it's cool, you could be my friend's girlfriend, but I'm alpha.
Go after a hood rat. Okay, I know him.
Well, they just need to know that I'm alpha. That's it. That's all there is to it. I can't help you any other way. So moving on, now that I've made Rem feel super awkward.
That being said.
Yes, with that being said, that is the meat and potatoes regarding 7.2.5. So on the large part of the things, that is the most important stuff. There's other stuff that you could probably do that I didn't list. But that to me is the most important in its entirety.
I think you set people up for success.
I hope so. I hope people really enjoyed that. There's tons of stuff. Icy Veins did a guide. Wowhead did a guide. MMO Champion. All these people are doing guides. What I do is I read all of them, and I just find the best of the best and give to you what I feel like is important and matters in the grand scheme of gaming. So that's cheating a little bit because I'm looking to other people's guides, but I kind of feel like I'm taking the extra step because I could just take one guide and read off from it, but I kind of feel good about
research.
That. Yeah, I kind of feel good about that. And I was super prepped. The show was done this morning. I had usually I prep throughout the week and then I do my finishing stuff in the afternoon, but I finished it all this morning. I was feeling pretty good about that. Well, with Timmy, I didn't know what was going to happen because it was really big this morning and I thought maybe I was going to die before the show, so I wanted to make sure it was prepped.
It was really Rem just called her out because she had no show notes and she had to fill in her notes.
Liar, because we were Snapchatting and I told you I had show notes. Okay, so with that being said, if you guys have any questions on anything that I just talked about, if you need clarification for anything, please comment on the show. Send me an email, send me a fax, write me by carrier pigeon. Guys, I'm all open. We're in this thing together. What hails from the pet battle part of the world, Jimma?
Belle, you started the show before I could get a drink. But that's okay. I think I'm going to be good. I'm a little parched. I'm just excited for new pet battle dungeons, to see what they're like. Obviously, I don't think that will be the last ones. They're going to keep going. So, I don't do the PTR thing. I really like going in them fresh. I like going in there and just using what pets I think might be good. Sometimes you fail, but I like that freshness for my first couple tries. So there isn't a lot of other pet battle news other than all the stuff that's going to be dropping in the next couple weeks, right? We've gone over it. I'm just excited that Blizzard thinks of pet battle, the pet battle world, and continues to add to it, new content. I've had good and bad discussions about, over the weeks or a year or so with our listeners. And I realize not everyone likes pet battles, and that's okay. It's not for you. That's okay. Just like PvP isn't for everyone, and raiding, LFR is raiding for some people, right? It's, everyone does their own thing. And I really like the things that they've been doing. So I just wanted to say I appreciate to the listeners that do pet battle, and then also the ones that don't. For you that actually hate pet battling, I do think of you a lot. I try to rush or keep my segment short so you don't have to listen so much about pet. Speaking of the pet battlers and the non-pet battlers all the time, and I really just think World of Warcraft, we have such strong opinions of what they do, and I'm just literally overall happy with what they're bringing in the new pets, whether they're reskinned or not, or already mounts in the game. So I just wanted to take a moment where there was like a lull in new content and just really give Blizzard a shout out, and thank you to the listeners for listening, pet battle fans or not. And I think Remedies or Sauce, since he's not here, they should one day tell us, I want to know what expansion ideas are. Do we know what expansions are going to be? The next one? They haven't leaked anything for that, right?
South Seas, boom.
There's
done.
a few
so?
different, I think, pretty solid fan theories given the storyline. I think I've even linked them to Rem, which I probably should link them again, maybe because Rem's been working a lot. But I would like to see for future discussions, because we are winding down Legion, not necessarily, we still have it's content.
Coming up on that year mark, right?
Yeah, but we're definitely getting to the point where once Argus happens, they're going to be kind of linking to the next storyline. So I would like us to have a lot of discussion on kind of what we think or where the possibilities we kind of see
Yeah.
things going for sure.
I'm already sold on what I know.
What'd you say? You said South Shore or
South Seas.
South Seas?
I want you to be the patch predictor like I'm the date predictor.
But you got the date wrong.
I did not get
You
the
told
date
me it's gonna
wrong.
be the
Rewatch
13th.
the
I was like,
show.
it's gonna be a week. It's gonna be a week after for the raid.
Watch the show. I'm not wrong. And in fact, I was originally told the 20th. I can't tell you by who, but I was originally told the 20th. Because
Boom.
when I got asked by a guildie 3 weeks ago, I told them the 20th because of the release of Tomb. But
Rem, you could find.
he just
you
doesn't
can
like that I'm
rewatch.
right about that. He doesn't like me being
like
right.
giving her shit.
He loves giving me.
Well, not only like what their predictions are, maybe even like what they'd like to see. Like, is that potentially two different things? Like what you?
No, I think
that's-
I think it's
they
a
can-
good to have the different discussions, though. I think
Yeah,
they're both
that
good.
goes
Right?
in tandem with each other. What is a potential expansion compared to what we would want to see?
Yeah.
And
But,
even a
yeah,
new
no.
hero too. I think with the
are we
addition
due
of the well, probably not for maybe 2 more expansions, but I think with the addition of the demon hunter, I think that put us in a whole new perspective of possibilities for races, right? Like I don't know, maybe Rem feels that same way. I feel like because they chose a demon hunter, that kind of opens up and broadens the spectrum of the different races we might be able to have. Our classes.
It's gone
I mean,
in
not
somewhat of a
races, sorry.
pattern, right? It went.
Well, okay, so that's what I was going to mention is
Yeah.
the pattern. It's everyone has this theory that it's going to be a pattern, but they don't have to follow a pattern because
No, you're right.
because it was a race, a hero
Right.
class,
hmm
a race,
Death
New
Knight, and then
class.
Goblin and Worgen, and then
and then monks, a new class, just regular
the
class.
Pandas came out with monks, right?
Oh yeah,
Came out at the same time. Whoa, they don't follow a pattern. Ha!
And
You
then the next
laughing
one
at
was-
Val? We're discussing.
and then the next one was the demon hunter. Or no, actually, Drano didn't bring anything.
No, they just did all the reskins, right? Where they needed to do that so bad, right? So
Mhm,
what are you
mhm.
laughing
I
at?
tweeted a picture. It's Celestalon.
Right.
Tweets back and is like, I'm not sure I want to know what that is. If you follow me on Twitter, I did tweet. I don't know why I decided to put. I posted it during your segment, Jim. I couldn't help it.
Oh no, yeah, it's really
Celestalon's
that's
response made me laugh, and then somebody else was like, what is that?
What was it?
It's a chicken butt with sunglasses on it, so it looks like a puckering face.
Of course. And not that I wanted to have that discussion now, but I thought, yeah, it was just like
It was
really
important.
with the lack of
was relevant.
Pep Battle stuff, and I'm obviously going to talk about it when it's live and enjoy it. And I am excited to even know what Bell, Sauce and Rem think or want for the new expansion, because Bell's right, it is about that time as far as just going over it or having a wish list of things they can fix in the game. But overall, I just wanted to really salute. I don't know if I just sound like a tree or a Blizzard hugger these days, but they care about the Pep Battle world, and they give me enough throughout the the expansion to keep me happy. So thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
What can I say except you're
I
welcome.
didn't. You know what I did? I realized I used to always like awkwardly just go like yeah, and then like when Rem came on the show and he just like legit did a yeah, I'm like yeah. I just
I
like
think what you meant to say was thank you. You're welcome.
thank you.
I'm super. Thanks for asking.
What can I say except you're welcome?
No, it's gonna get stuck in my head. So, Rem, I don't know what you got going on, but I'm gonna put it in your capable hands. If you're reading, I need
He's
voices.
got it going on.
And I also want to disclaim, he's reading from a book. The reason he's reading from a book
Stop
is for
it, you guys
no. I
do
gotta
that.
tell people it's for those who don't have the Chronicles Volume 2. He has been doing story time with Rem. He's kind of like Mr. Rogers, guys. So he even has the sweater and everything. So
He was Canadian.
well,
Howdy, neighbor.
I actually thought Rem was Canadian when I met him, by the by, because he's mean. No offense to the Canadians out there, but there's 2 kinds of Canadians, right? There's Jimma, who's super like, sorry, like, everything's cool, man. Like, I totally love you. I love the earth. Everything's cool. Rock on. And then you have like the meaner side of the Canadians. They might be the French Canadians. I'm not 100% sure. I might be insulting people. Please don't be insulted. I have several Canadian friends that are very angry and grumpy, and that's okay, and I love them, but I believe that I'm pretty accurate in that statement.
Yeah.
That there are 2 types of Canadians: the really super overly nice ones, and then the not so happy all the time ones. So I honestly thought Rem was the mean.
There is no spectrum like that for Americans. It's just like
Everybody's just
an
American, yeah,
asshole.
right.
everybody's just. We all got a dark side, people. We all got a dark side. So Rem, explain where you left off, and then you can go into your spiel.
Okay, so it was about 20 years before the Dark Portal. So before Medivh brought the orcs over, this was when the trolls were actually in war with the humans. And I was going to go forward quite a bit, talking more about Medivh and his actual plot to bring the orcs over. I had a brain tumor. Holy crap. Okay, so before this, Medivh is going around Draenor, actually on Draenor, in his Raven form, scoping out the orcs, seeing what they're able to do, and so he witnessed them pretty much nearly exterminating all the Draenei that were on Draenor. This is also when Velen takes his not only select few, but the people that are able to run away onto the Exodar from Shattrath, crashes on Azeroth. So this is right there. So that's right there. So it's titled Stranger from Beyond because Medivh is stranger danger, obviously.
He was kind of cute though in the movie. If that was him in real life, we'd been all right. He was all right.
He wasn't accurate at all.
Oh, damn. Fucking Ben Foster. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So this is 1 year before the Dark Portal, so this is when Medivh's actually plotting everything.
JK.
We could tell that you're like prepping to say the voice.
I don't know if I made it awkward with my Ben Foster comment. I don't know if he had to recover because maybe he's feeling the same way. Like he's...
Well, not Ben Foster, Travis Fimmel. Hello?
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, I was going to try to lie, but I can't. Sorry, I'm gonna let you do you.
You need to introduce Rem's lore segment right before my pet battles, because then he'll be ready by the time it's his segment.
Well, because I have you say do this different voice, so I'm like.
Oh, you're thinking of the. I got you. We're gonna let you mentally prep. I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay. Okay, so thinking. While Medivh was watching Draenor, the Horde edged closer to self-destruction. Blackhand continued pressuring Gul'dan for a way to save their people. The Warlock had no answer. He knew the day would soon come when Blackhand would reach the limits of his patience and kill Gul'dan. But the day never came. Medivh was ready to put his plan into effect. He showed himself to Gul'dan and the Shadow Council skies as a hooded stranger. Gul'dan bristled at the intrusion, and he lashed out at the stranger with the full might of his fell powers. The hooded figure did not fall. He turned Gul'dan's powers back on the orc. Medivh made it a painful event. He knew the Warlock had sold his entire race to the Burning Legion, and the Guardian saw no reason to treat such a creature gently. Gul'dan's pride was severely wounded that day. The Shadow Council had watched him kneel before this mysterious stranger. It was an insult Gul'dan would never forget or forgive. Medivh didn't care. He told the orcs he could help them escape from Draenor if they built a vast magical portal. This gateway would take them to a new world, a bountiful realm that the Horde could conquer for its own. Vision of this world appeared in the minds of Gul'dan and his Shadow Council. It was glorious to behold. A place brimming with game, pristine rivers, and verdant grasslands. So I was actually read this part before, and they make it sound like Medivh is acting on his own impulses, but this is obviously when he's controlled by Sargeras. My assumption. Its name was Azeroth. It was ripe for the taking, Medivh said. Gul'dan sensed something demonic in the hooded figure. He believed that this visitor was a demon who spoke on behalf of Sargeras. This, Gul'dan realized, was the reason for Kil'jaeden's sudden absence. The Legion had been preparing to send another messenger to advise him on what to do. In this instance, Gul'dan was correct. Medivh believed that he was laying the foundation to defeat the Legion once and for all, but he was instead bringing doom to his world. Yet even with the knowledge that the Legion was working through the stranger, even with the orcs teetering on the brink of oblivion, Gul'dan demanded payment for his assistance. What would he personally perceive for helping the stranger build a portal to conquer Azeroth? If it was power Gul'dan wanted, Medivh would offer it to him. A new vision flared bright in the warlock's mind. It depicted ancient underwater ruins, a place known as the Tomb of Sargeras. Medivh had no compunction about telling Gul'dan of its location. The tomb was at the bottom of the sea, and Eowyn had reinforced it with a guardian's power. But there was no chance, in Medivh's mind, that Gul'dan would ever be capable of finding it or entering it. Nonetheless, he told the warlock that if the Horde conquered Azeroth, he would reveal the exact location of the tomb and grant him access to its extraordinary power. Gul'dan had little choice but to trust the stranger. He told Blackhand that he had found a new world for the orcs to conquer, one where they could find sustenance and also sate their battle lust. Yet to reach this place, they would need to create a massive gateway. To begin this process, Gul'dan sought out a convergence of Draenor's magical ley lines. He settled on a region at the eastern edge of Hellfire Peninsula. There, he and Blackhand ordered the orcs to construct an enchanted stone frame. It would become known as the Dark Portal, and it would help stabilize the magical gateway between Azeroth and Draenor. So, this is what destroys Draenor and we get Outland, because he's breaking apart the world pretty much, or sucking up all the magical ley lines. And yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So it mentions the Tomb of Sargeras, and that I didn't actually know before I read this. I didn't know it was Medivh that planted the image of the tomb to him. So I thought it was Sargeras himself, not through a third party. And
How does that make you feel?
enlightened.
Nice. We're all enlightened. Thank you.
We are all enlightened. That was amazing. And I appreciate everything that you do, Rem. Now, let's talk about some PvP stuff. What I want to talk about is the GCD TV EU June Clash. Now, why this was important to me specifically is because I really don't watch a lot of the EU arenas, and I feel like I'm missing out by not doing that, right? I've watched some, and I've watched some in the past, but recently I've kind of shied away from it for no other reason other than my mind is pretty full with NA stuff. So sometimes I just don't have time to watch all of those, so I just obviously choose North America because that's where the bulk of my teams are. But I had the pleasure of being able to watch the tournament. In most of it, I watched most of it. There was some stuff that I did miss. And I actually have this for those of you that are watching. If you didn't catch it, I'm going to actually show you guys these standings now. Now, one of the things that I really like about the EU teams specifically is Northern Gaming. Now, there's several facets of Northern Gaming, and we've seen them last year trying to rise up into the road to BlizzCon. I believe it was Northern Gaming Blue and Northern Gaming Red. And I'm pretty sure Red was the one that was kind of wrecking everything on NA side. So Northern Gaming Blue pretty much held it at the top of the winners bracket and took it all the way home. They actually won the June Clash, which was pretty legit. KFC managers, which I do remember them. I think they were just called KFC. I don't really know that they were called KFC managers last year. I might be thinking of another team. ABC, we had Snowball Gaming, which always makes me laugh. And then we had Boys. Obviously, they weren't going anywhere because their name was Boys. So, and they were in the losers bracket for a
Boys
reason.
in the hood.
Right. And then, of course, making a move. We had really good teams. I really enjoyed the play. I feel like I expected a lot of this NA stuff or the UE stuff to be really like polite, because I automatically think like people from the EU are like super nice. But like these guys they're killers, man. I enjoyed the play. Honestly, though, with the exception of the Northern Gaming loss to making a movie, they pretty much wrecked all the things throughout the entirety of the competition. So if you guys don't watch that stuff, make sure you follow GCD TV to stay up to date on all their arena stuff. Now they do I said doo-doo. They what?
Said ha.
Yeah, they do. Twitter's freaking out about my chicken butt. They do have other tournaments that are not necessarily World of Warcraft related, like they have Overwatch stuff, and you'll get a nice plethora. But right now, 'tis the season for the arenas, because it's the road to BlizzCon, and they're hyping that kind of thing up. So also, guys, if you are hip on to the EU PvP scene, make sure you go follow my boy Adrian. He's at healingstat.com, and he's at healingstat. I'm actually going to get you his Twitter handle. He is one of the shoutcasters for EU. Let me find his thing for you. But it's at healingstat is actually the handle. And those of you that are hardcore will know him as Tauby from Temple Storm. He's
what's his spout?
That's weird. What is a spout? Did I say the word spout?
No, you said here's his handle. I said where's his spout?
Oh, I hate you. Follow him on Twitter. He does the shoutcasting for most of the EU stuff. We'll also see him at BlizzCon. We'll see him doing some shoutcasting for the BlizzCon stuff as well. But he, like I said, those of you who follow, you will know him. You will know him as Talby. From
Tally?
Yeah, from Skill Capped. Sorry, I think I said the wrong team, but I meant Skill Capped. But that's my boy. Like,
wanna get high?
He follows me on Twitter. Like, he's my bro. We're cool like that.
Nice.
You're a towel.
But he's one of those people that was just a really solid player. And I was Team Skill Capped anyway, way back in the day, and I was really sad that Skill Capped is just
bandwagon jumper.
No, I just really and he's like a nerd. Like, he's not pretending to be a nerd. He's like a legit nerd.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, like, he's a legit nerd. I'm going to try to see if I could get him to cut loose at BlizzCon. I'm just kidding. We're not really friends, but we follow each other on Twitter. But I'm trying to be his friend. I'm going to try to get him to see if I could give him some shots and get loose. I don't really know.
I'm trying to be like you on Twitter. I follow everyone that follows me now.
I do, because it's rude when you follow someone. But you have to be careful,
it's not
Jim.
Rude. I didn't think it was rude. I don't follow those back. I know what you're going to say.
You have to be careful. There's those bots, man.
I know.
If you don't have anything World of Warcraft tweeted on your Twitter, I'm not following you, because I think you're lying to me about stuff.
There was a time on the show where I didn't get any new followers except for just like naked fake people, and I'm just like, damn it, why won't anyone follow me?
So awkward. I did do Torn Mill versus South Shore. Was nice.
How'd it go? Because mine went bad.
We won, but
good, because I didn't.
Anything. You didn't at all.
Well, I was like, because I was super busy all week, right? So I'm like, oh, I missed it when it was the 10th anniversary. I got to get in there now. So I go in there, go to the middle. I overextended a little bit.
I never overextend. I can't.
I overextended.
Do that.
They really just pushed our shit in. They just kept pushing us back. We couldn't do anything.
That
so
sounds very uncomfortable.
It was very uncomfortable.
It sounds like it hurts.
Yeah.
But I did
the first
do that.
one I went to was a shit show. Oh
right? I want to.
There's a lot of stuff going on with shit right now, and I'm kind of weirded out about you guys being on that same wavelength. To be honest, and just want you to know that it's
doo-doo, baby.
Do. So. Also, before we get into the week in WoW, guys, the Kickstarter, although we are past 8,000, we're at 8,190. We want to go a little bit over, because the last couple days of the Kickstarter is when we're going to see people backing out. We're going to see people who have buyer's remorse, and they're like, oh crap, we got to back out. So if you have the means to throw a couple bucks at the Kickstarter still, even though we're over, we don't need any more. Like, we have what we need, but we had 8,400, and we already had 2 people lower their pledge. So we're now at 8,190, which is great. That's a nice little cushion, but just want to make sure we keep that cushion. So if you have the ability, throw some bucks at bucks. I said buckets. Throw buckets at it, guys.
Buckets. I don't know everything about him.
Go to Kickstarter.com and search DitchCon, or it'll be linked down here. But like I said, we are 6 days away from funding. So we have 6 days to make sure that we, at the very minimum, keep our goal met. But if you want to throw a couple dollars and get the swag, guys, he's done with Illidan now. So Illidan's finished. He's putting together the 2 choices. I'll have both of those scenes done probably within 2 days so that I can tweet it, and people that want to back based off their rewards can back and get the t-shirts and posters. But it's pretty good artwork. I mean,
if we really overfund, I don't know if it's like Vegas is the same, but like, can we buy Rem and I dates for the
I think
DitchCon?
so. Yeah, I think we can put that into the budget. The thing about that is, if I buy Rem a date, it's going to be great because then she's bound to my will, right? She really has to listen to me because I'm the boss at that point. Because I'm
God, let it go. I didn't mean to bring it back. I'm sorry, Rem.
But you guys aren't going to need to buy dates, guys. We're throwing a party. If you can't get dates as hosts of a party. Like,
oh no, don't. This is going to hurt now.
Certainly there's a pretty girl out there for you, or a pretty guy, Jim. I'm not judging. We love you.
Maybe it's time to open up some more options, right?
Well, I mean, if it's not working with the one.
I mean, if you're going to open that closet door, might as well do it now.
What's the term? Switch hitter? Is that the proper term? No, switch hitter.
Switch hitter, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I might have misused that term. I'm sure somebody will correct me.
Of our whole episode, if that's all they got from the hour and a half to correct. We're doing pretty good.
Jim, what'd you do this weekend? Wow.
You know what? I was pretty busy working that OT. I'm trying to put together some cash for a new computer, just so I can get back to doing gym stuff in game, right? And it would just make the streams better. You know, I'm not like a professional streamer, but I'd like to stream more, but just the quality isn't there with my PC right now. But I got most of my WoW time in today, to be honest. And, I got destroyed in the brawl today. And, just made sure I kept my resources or my orders going and did a couple just like boring things, nothing too exciting. And with the end of the season, I didn't do any arenas. I didn't even do the weekly for the skirmishes or anything. So pretty lackluster week. I hope Rem can make it sound a little more exciting. But just random
I
stuff.
know that I had the pleasure of being on comms with Rem while he was PvPing, and
he was just yelling.
If you've never held a conversation with my good buddy Rem or heard him PvP, it's a treat, guys. Like, you don't know. You have not lived until you've been. You guys think I'm bad? I'm nothing compared to Rem.
Should we get him to stream PvP?
I know he really
the real him?
the rage would probably be like super legit, because it doesn't matter even if he's winning, he's still like bitching.
So you're saying he does storybook voices when he PvPs, but not necessarily?
No, he has Tourette's voices and sounds like the guy from Amityville Horror and what's his name from The Shining all at once. Like, it's kind of creepy. So outside of being a creepster with your PvP, what did you do this week?
Broken Shore stuff. Mostly the PvP. Getting my ass handed to me in the first couple, Terran Mill versus South Shore. By the way, if you only have 17 people in your group, just take the loss. Don't
leave. You mean like instead of people leaving, or
no? Like just
pack it in.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Fast losses. You get the timer for 15 minutes. I mean, either way, you're gonna spend a bunch of time doing nothing, because 17 versus 40.
Yeah.
Painful. That's painful.
So, we don't want to pack.
No fudge packing.
No, that is not. I can't believe you said that. I'm sure somebody just got offended, guys. It is what it is. It's not an episode until we don't. I'm pretty sure he meant actual fudge making, because not to be like weird, but I make really good fudge around the holidays. Let's spin that into a positive. I'm a good PR person.
Are you saying that the other way is not? Never mind.
What
did you do, Belle?
I try to derail and you just bring it right back around. Fuck.
Did you have time to play WoW?
I did play WoW. I actually
Good.
split time between 3 different games this week, but I did play a lot of WoW.
Oh yeah, what have you? Let's talk about the other game.
I'm not going to talk about that, but I did spend a good amount of time in WoW. I actually played quite a bit of WoW last night, so it was really nice. Now, what I did forget to talk to you about is there's a lot more PvP brawls coming this month that are very different ones that I did not even know about. So June 13th is going to be the PvP brawl called Packed House. Basically, the way that it goes is there's nowhere to hide as you face not 2, not 3, but 5, or 5, but 15 adversaries, which we knew about that. That's going to be the 15 versus 15 arena. So we know about that. We were excited about that.
That's June 13th.
That one we're doing.
Yeah, that's June
That one
13th.
we're doing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in for that one as well. Like
Nice.
I'm totally in. The one I did not know about is the Temple of Hot Mogu, which
I told you about that.
but I didn't remember, and I don't listen to 99%.
So how does that work?
I don't listen to 99% of the shit you tell me.
99.
Because you're too busy planning the thing that you're going to tell him to do.
No, it's because I don't listen to half the shit he says because it's usually mean. So, Temple of Hot Mogu, basically enter the Temple of Hot Mogu for the fast-paced match.
Hot potato.
For a whole new twist, players will be able to throw the orb of power to friendly players in-game with Hot
you guys
Potato.
did say that. That's awesome.
But I totally forgot that this was going to be a thing.
Hot potato.
They get debuffs along with the orbs, so you have to make sure you choose wisely. So definitely strategic planning on who you're throwing it to, making sure that they can even handle the debuff for sure.
Pass me
Or
the rock.
throw it to Jimmy Banks and
I'm
let him
open.
We're turning things up to 11 by changing resurrection time to a quick 5 seconds.
Yes.
That is amazing for this type
Yeah.
of map for sure. So I'm really, because that could be a huge like turnaround for a game with a quick res time like that. So
Yeah.
Jimmy Banks gonna
naturally,
be breaking ankles.
if it's not pre-made, it's going to be all bad because everybody's fucking retarded and doesn't know what to do with the fucking orbs, and they stand in the middle when it's not controlled by who it's controlled by. It's just a bad time when you're in a pre-made, not in a non-pre-made. But guys, I have faith in my fellow man.
Those
and-
brawls sound good. They sound like really good.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this month's brawls. I wish they had a brawl every week. I'm kind of sad that they're doing a week break.
I understand why they do that.
Why?
though.
Why
why
do they? Why?
They
Queue
can't have
times?
the other battlegrounds be empty. The queues would be bad.
Yeah, that's true. Because usually during the brawl, like the other weeks, I like to get a daily win in each of them, right?
And if they had brawls every week, I would just do the brawls. I wouldn't go in other battlegrounds.
We had a good PvP talk last week, but Blizzard's doing, other than, we said they obviously aren't advertising their tournaments that well, but
They're not helping GCD TV get the viewers. Okay.
the brawls were really good. And I'm not saying that PvP was completely balanced last season, but it was pretty balanced where you could play, other specs of your class, right? If you weren't scared to try the other spec, but I'm saying like you had the other options to do that.
I don't know if you guys are at home watching what's going on while I have this thing muted. I spilled water all over me. I don't know if anybody caught that. It went all over my shirt. Then I was like, okay, I don't really want the water, but I think I want I'm trying to stay awake because I'm tired. So I think, okay, I want the tea. So then I kick off the cap. The cap like jumps off and falls. And then I spilt tea on my keyboard. And I'm trying.
Durr.
Guys, if I don't know, and it's going on the whole time Jim is talking. I'm a hot mess.
Did you at least quench your thirst during all that?
No, I am extremely thirsty, and I don't know why. You guys see me on the show,
So
and
is-
for those of you who listen to audio only, I spend the whole episode drinking water. Like, I love water.
And for all the ladies listening, Rem and I are very thirsty as well.
Yeah, they are. They are very nasties. June 10th also, guys, is the NA Arena Cup 3 Championship on World of Warcraft.
Can you share it so I can watch it?
Yeah, I'll
Link
make sure
me.
I give you like a little warning. Remember, Jimma, you can watch it mobily while you're Pokemon and going.
What is that?
What do you
That's
mean?
the only other game I play.
Yeah, but I'm
What are you
saying you
talking
can
about?
watch it mobile, so you don't need to be at the house. I went to the grocery store and was yelling at my
Oh
phone
my
throughout the
God.
whole grocery store trip, completely
So
embarrassing.
normal.
You're
my
the
husband.
Tourette's lady.
I was
People were at.
totally. I knew my husband was awfully embarrassed because you guys, when
Oh, poor
PvP is
dog.
involved, I'm talking like I'm saying fucks and C words, guys. I say the C word when I'm watching or doing PvP. So it was really embarrassing for him. We walked into the vape shop and I was
Poor
like
guy.
freaking out. over-
Horseshit!
Yeah, and the people were just looking at me and I'm like, I'm sorry, it's sports.
Since you brought it up, I'm level 39, Team Mystic.
He's such a hipster, guys. He recycles his toilet paper and eats Hot Pockets. He's a hipster.
I've been eating better these days.
Have you? No Hot Pockets? No fried cheese?
No Hot Pockets. And when I went and got my chicken Asiago from Wendy's, I just got the sandwich and not the fries. That's empty calories.
We went to
They're
off
delicious,
topic,
though.
but Rem will appreciate this. We went to Culver's, and
that?
the little boy that likes my daughter works at Culver's, and we got 2 extra hamburgers and upgrades and discounts because he's trying to date my kid.
Belle went there to scare this young boy, get extra food, and
He's been here, and I don't have to scare him because they've heard stories, right? She's the younger one, so the older kids have already told, like, I'm already a legend at their high school because they already know who I am. So the older sibling, my oldest daughter's kind of paved the way for the younger one. So,
damn.
yeah.
So what you're saying is when I get out to Culver's, I can get discounts as well.
He totally hooked it up. My husband messaged me and was like, the little boy that likes our daughter totally hooked it up. And I was like, that's cute. That's the way to my heart.
You're probably like, that's cute, but like he better. Like that.
I mean, he's thinking the right way. Food is the way
I
to the
can
heart.
beat him up though. I'm okay with her liking a boy that I can beat. Technically, she's not allowed to date. I don't allow my kids to date until they're 18. But I will consider the possibility of her maybe hanging out with a boy, in that type of manner before 18.
I'm a little confused with that statement because you can't fight out of a wet paper bag. So.
Oh.
Hey.
With a pair of scissors.
Guys, if you're watching, I need you to tweet to Rem to come move to Arizona. I've been trying to get him to move to Arizona, and it'd be so much easier if he just lived here.
Rent free? How bad? How bad? Let's help his scenario.
Well, the problem with that is I gave my husband my word we would not have anybody here ever again.
So he's got to pay rent.
Well, he's got to find a place, but I want him to move here.
Oh.
I really want him to move here.
I think Tucson would be a good spot.
I think your mom is ready for you to leave the nest.
I left the nest.
Well, she would disagree because she loves you, but I'm just saying, I think I want you guys to tweet to Rem to go move to Arizona because Belle needs her bestie to be here so that we could. I want to go eat.
Play on the computers together like they do
because
now.
he's a foodie like me, and he appreciates foodie stuff. Right. And there's a place I want to go. Rem knows what it is. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I want to try it. And the place is really fun.
That one place with the food, right? With
the raw fish. What
You want to? I don't see you as a sushi eater.
Oh, I love sushi.
You love sushi?
Oh yeah. What is it called? Poke?
Pokey.
Is it?
It's fish in a salad.
It's like a bowl type situation with toppings and stuff. But I really want to try it. But the closest one is probably about 45 minutes away. But I can't do that kind of stuff with my husband because he doesn't like fish. He doesn't like mushrooms. He doesn't like onions. 99% of what the basis are for all my favorite foods, he does not like. So
he's a picky eater.
Yeah, the only other person that's that really appreciates food the way, and it's in different cuisine the way that I do is Rem, and I'm deprived with that because he lives in California. So if you guys could convince him to move to Arizona, Hots is moving back. Hots will be back here within 2 years. I'm hoping
in Arizona.
Yeah, I'm hoping maybe Hots and Rem can maybe get a place together. Hots is going to EMT school, which is why he's not on the show. And when he's finished with his first 2 tiers of his EMT school, he's going to move back to Arizona. Which we're excited
about. What a
swinging
bachelor pad that would be, eh?
Well, I thought it was you went all the way back to, south. Why would, and he just said it's difficult when you live West Coast to go back to Southern life because it's so different. And outside of his biological family there, technically we're his only family.
Yeah.
Outside of the grandparents and stuff, but we're so. Yeah, so this was off World of Warcraft topic, but I've been trying to talk Rem into it, so I thought I would use this opportunity, guys, to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it, Rem. Yeah.
So, guys, I think we had a great show. I know I threw a lot of information at you. Feel free to rewind. Feel free to ask me anything you need to know. I've done pretty extensive research on the happenings. So if you got any questions, please feel free to reach out. This week I'll be responding to YouTube comments. I know I've been super slacking, guys, and I don't have an excuse for it outside to say that Timmy kind of controls Timmy kind of controls my life right now. So in the event that I do have to have surgery, have no fear, the show will go on because I will make sure the surgery is scheduled around the show.
Be from the hospital bed.
My heart will go on.
I'll make sure that I'll probably do the surgery like right after show day, so that way I have that time to recover because that's how I roll. So, but guys, make sure you add Jimma Banks on Snapchat. He is Jimma Banks. Also follow him on Twitter. Make sure you add Rem. I think are you just Remedies on Snapchat, Rem?
That's Remedy Zen.
Remedy Zen on Snapchat for him. And follow him on Twitter, the Twittersphere. If you want poop selfies and really weird things,
you.
I snap really weird stuff. Follow at Samantha is it.
Samantha is it.
It's it won't let me change my fucking username. I made Snapchat like a year ago and never used it, and it won't let me change my freaking username. So
Flashback to when I didn't know you could change your Twitter name, and I created a new Twitter to go Jimma Banks.
Oh my
you guys,
God.
I hope you follow Jimma. He's been doing really good with his snaps. I've been very, very proud of his Snapchats. So, and the reason I don't mind sharing my Snapchat openly is because it would tell me if people like screenshot because I do snap pictures of my kids, and I don't typically on my Twitter. I don't really post that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's not like Facebook where I have super control over who's kind of watching things, but with the Snapchat, I feel okay about it because they can't save that kind of stuff. So, but I mean,
you can, but dude, most
I
people
would know if they did it because it tells you when you screen. There's other ways that people can do it, but I'm hoping that people aren't creepy. But
people are weird.
The Snapchat is good because it gives us the opportunity to just kind of be weird and let you guys.
It really
see our
does.
weirdness.
I think it's less annoying than me writing private messages to you guys a lot.
Or tons of Facebook statuses, right? That's the reason I love Snapchat because it's completely appropriate for you to post 30 different things. And it can be random and it can be okay. So we're just trying to interact more with people and trying to be a part of people's lives by invading their telephone.
And showing them that you make delicious peanut butter. Well, wait, was it good?
The peanut butter was good. I'll need to... I bought pre-roasted peanuts, but I'm thinking I'm going to need to roast my own because I think that it was good, but I feel like it could be better. But right now, if you guys have been following on my Snapchat, I have 2 more days to go before I can try the delicious dill pickles. I'm home pickling cucumbers, but not World of Warcraft related. We are going to go ahead and if I think I got everything, we're going to go ahead and get the hell on out of here. Guys, I feel like I have been more on my game today. You guys have been on point the last couple weeks, but I felt like the quality of my portion of the show has been...
I think you gave a lot of good... Something not more important, but just really important to have fun and enjoy these patches, right?
Yeah, just...
Good
Not even sarcastic about it. Have fun.
I feel
No,
that
it's
was
for
sarcasm.
That one was sarcasm, but I was actually sarcastic. Funny.
Enjoy the
heathens, man.
patch.
These heathens, man. Make sure you guys tweet to Secret. Let him know you miss him.
Let him know.
He's got a lot. Moving is stressful, guys. When you have to move and pack and do that, it's stressful. So tweet to Secret and let him know you're dreaming about him.
Giggity.
Don't make it weird, guys. And if you guys know of dates for Rem and Jimma, they are single.
I'm joking.
They're single and looking to mingle. So if you back the Kickstarter, you could win a nice interlude with one of these boys. It could be a Skype date if you're not going to go to DitchCon. I can arrange a nice little romantic Skype date.
We can get a delicious steak dinner at the Ponderosa.
Ponderosa. Yeah, that's... There's an actual Ponderosa. We'll talk about that later. Guys, we're going to go ahead and get the hell on out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Also, make sure you guys go and follow these guys on Twitter because they deserve to be followed. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us.
We just made it awkward. We're getting the hell the fuck out of here, guys.
Don't follow me.
I don't know if you guys can see, but Groot and Murky are friends, and they're hanging out on the Doomhammer. Yeah, they're just like besties. They're just chilling. Just wanted to show you guys that.
Let's not end the show. Let's keep going.
Let's just keep going for another hour. JK, we're ending the show. Yeah. I just realized I'm wearing the old one. You're wearing the new one. I couldn't find the new one anywhere.
I keep mine fresh. Mine's pretty fresh. I just love that color, that blue.
The quality held up pretty good, actually.
Yeah? Oh, yeah, for sure.
Nice.
not
It
even there.
hurts really bad.
Ramdu Timmy.
Can you Snapchat that to me so I can screenshot it and make that my profile?
Screensaver on our phones.
I really need to make that my profile, like ASAP Rocky. Just kidding.